Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna Thiesel, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show, where truth matters. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday, from 1 to 3 p.m. Central. As I get to ride home with you in the afternoon, you can find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, and Abundance Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And don't forget the podcast on the newscasters.com and the radio. I see radio
You're
dot
everywhere.
media. I'm everywhere, all social media sites and all this kind of stuff. You couldn't get away from us if you tried. So anyway, just so good to be with you. And by the way, if you want to send an email, send. And I love doing research, as you can tell. This is just some of my books, but I would love to do some research for you. And your emails really make my day. Send an email to Donna at donnasedge.com. And one more shout out. This is to Philip Hall at the Etowah County Chamber of Commerce, where they air the show there every day in the lobby, 1 to 3 p.m. Central. We appreciate that too. I have we call it the world's best mayor right here. His name is Chuck Abels at the town of Geraldine, Alabama. And several things are happening right here in Geraldine. And I'm glad you got the memo so we can both wear
Yeah,
white shirts.
absolutely. Yeah, got a lot of things going on, and you know, some of them been going on a long time, and no sign of it yet. But working on a lot of projects. Some of them just take a long time, and uh, you know, some pretty big projects. Always like to mention about Liberty Bank, what great folks they are, and they built a new, started here in 1971, and just one bank. And now they've got six or seven around different in three counties, I think, three or four counties, and but just great people, and they don't have to send off to anywhere to give you an answer
And
about
I like
anything.
that because I've
Yeah,
dealt with big banks before.
yeah.
Going through the chain of command can be terrible.
I mean, if you have, I mean, I can't imagine have a problem, but I mean, sometimes things come up. You walk in the bank, and Nancy will greet you real quick and find out what you need and send
Beauty
you to the
queen in
person.
high school and still a beauty queen.
Yeah, and she'll get you to the right person, and they'll take care of it right
Mm-hmm.
there. But a few years ago, they built a new building, and then they donated their old building to the town. Said, you can do whatever you want to with it, sell it, tear it down. Here's your building on the land. Just no financial institution, and that's pretty broad
Yeah.
territory there. That we could do something, and we wound up getting a grant. Our United States Congressman Robert Adderholt got us a big grant to refurbish it, redo it, and make it for our medical clinic that we have here in town. They've got about it's probably not more than 1,000 square feet that they're in, and this building's 5,000 square feet, and so we're fixing it up for them because they're just great. I mean, we could talk about them for the whole show.
She
Uh,
saved my life
yeah,
with COVID. I mean, she literally did.
I mean, and I could make a long list of people that have said that to me.
Mm-hmm.
And just she went to school here and is from here and wants to serve the people here.
I
And
went to school with her mother, Myra.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, her mom. Well, I was going to say is still teaching, but I think she's finally retired.
And Myra still looks good.
She does, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I know she's done some fill-in teaching. She is retired, but Michelle at the clinic, I mean, they just do such a great job, and so we're in process. There's just federal grants. There's a lot of boxes to check, and I don't mind that. I mean, I like being accountable for what we do, and but they certainly make you do that. But it's an ongoing project, and we're you know every month we get to check off a few more boxes. And I talked to a guy this morning that's doing some things that we got to get done. Being since it was built before 1978, we had to do check for asbestos and lead paint
Yeah.
and that kind of thing, and had somebody come in, get some samples and send them off. And I talked to the guy at the lab this morning, and he said, we'll be sending you the results tomorrow. So we'll get those out by tomorrow.
Oh,
And
that's good news.
yeah, and so just something that's one of the requirements we had to do. But working on that, and working on building a new ball field, and to go know there are others in the park. Just uh, more ball fields you have, the more likely you are to get tournaments and
Mm-hmm.
bring people in. And
Mm-hmm.
so we're working on that. And, got a grant to build a sidewalk from the school to our main road on Highway 75, about 3/4 of a mile, and uh, hope to get that going and done. You know, during warm weather. We've again, it was a state uh, grant, but 80% grant, which is good. And but you know, working through our Alabama Department of Transportation on that, and again, I appreciate them making everybody be accountable because you know we're going to do it the right way. I want
Mm-hmm.
everybody else to.
Mm-hmm.
That gives us an opportunity to have more money, and of course our big picnic in the park this summer and in June, and uh, you know, people ask me, you know, how to do this and how to do that. I said, I call Katina, you know, our clerk. I mean, she is so good. And uh, about probably close to 3 months ago, we booked a group to come and sing, and happens that one of them is Mia Matthews that got in the top 10 on American Idol, and glad we got that done and a contract signed 3 months
Yeah,
ago.
because
And
he's gaining popularity big
yeah,
time.
and another a guy Quintavious Johnson that was on American Idol is coming, and a couple other groups, and uh, we usually have 10 or 15 vendors set up, you know. And this morning, Katina says, uh, "I need to stop uh, uh, recruiting vendors and getting vendors," and I said, "I don't think so." I said, "How many do you have?" And she said, 43.
Oh,
So we're gonna have a
nah, I
big.
say the more the merrier.
Yeah, that's what I told her. I said, just yeah. But she does a great job, and you know, along with many other things that she does, and you know, can't talk about her without mentioning the Father's House. That it's a recovery for women that she is in charge of, and boy, they do a great job. And I know you go over there and teach them some things and about
It's more like they teach me.
how to do jewelry and stuff, but and it's a 12-month faith-based program, and had one of their ladies that graduated yesterday, and Katina was telling me about this lady's 6 and 7 year old little girls, how they just
Mm-hmm.
cried to
Mm-hmm.
get to see their mama, and she's going to get to raise them
Mm-hmm.
now, and but you know, as of last December, they've been here 5 years and told me a lot of statistics, but one that always sticks with me is 131 kids have got their mama back. So,
Mm-hmm.
but Katina's just a great worker,
Well,
and
it's a high success rate.
oh yes, absolutely. I
Remarkable.
mean, out of they've had uh, I don't remember the total number of graduates, but I mean they have 26 women at a time in 13 rooms. But their success rate is between 80 and 85% of staying clean, and that's remarkable. I mean, high single digit, 10% is pretty good,
Mm-hmm.
and they're 80 to 85. But she she puts her heart and soul into everything she does, and she does a great job for us as clerk, and you know, just proud to have her kind of running things and keeping things going, and of course our council chips in, and it's a group effort, all that we do. But things are going real good, and you know we've got room for more business. We've got a, a chain restaurant coming in, and
Can we know who it is yet?
yeah, I mean it's a Mexican restaurant.
Oh,
It's
we love Mexican
it's
food. I'm
Los
glad.
Arcos. Yeah,
Oh, we love
yeah,
them.
and
Hmm.
and they'll be opening about the 1st of June, and then uh, our got another one coming in that it's going to be, a smaller thing. It's just kind of a sideline for another business, but going to have some sandwiches and things like that. So, but the and we've got several good restaurants already, and from barbecue to Subway,
Well, the
Pizza
town is
Hut.
ready for more businesses because you made
Absolutely.
sure that was done.
Made sure we knew if we were going to do that, we had to have sewer, and so about 7 or 8 years ago now, I guess. Again, Congressman Adderholt helped us get a grant through USDA and built a sewer system, and we've got it. We're in all the business district and school and the main ones, and it's in the process of being expanded to eventually get to everybody in town, including me one of these days. But we wanted to make sure it was available for business because that's how the town grows, and where we get our revenue from sales tax from business, and but
Well, the town also grows for great students at Geraldine High School. There are kids who are actually walking across stage, getting their high school diploma and also a partial diploma from college.
yes,
That dual enrollment is a wonderful thing.
and with our great community colleges here, I mean, two in less than 20 miles from here
Mm-hmm.
with Northeast and Sneed, and dual enrollment, and online classes, and but
I wish we'd had stuff like that when I graduated out of high school. I would have had two of those. They're getting these really good paying jobs.
yeah,
I mean, right out of the gate, no college debt.
and they're about to start. I mean, this is a state thing that just passed in the legislature's workforce. Some about 5 or 6 different uh, bills that passed to do with workforce, but they're going to offer a degree. Well, I mean, a diploma from high school where you would be uh, ready to go to work as a plumber or electrician or something like
Plumbers are the
that.
fastest growing
Yeah,
millionaires in the United
yeah,
States.
and the junior colleges, community colleges are increasing their opportunities in those fields, and uh, you know they've realized everybody doesn't need 4 years of math.
Hmm.
I mean, so a lot of people go to college and need that, but a lot of people don't. Go out and get work in carpentry and plumbing, and electrical, and heating and cooling, and so it's going to give them more opportunity to spend time at the tech school,
Hmm.
and still, but they'll pretty soon after graduation from high school that they would have a license to do
Hmm.
those things,
And that's all it takes.
yeah,
It's just a certificate. Maybe working, with somebody. I mean, it's just a great opportunity. Half the show's already over. We've got to go into a commercial break. We'll be right back. Always having fun here. So we'll be right back in just a few minutes. Queen City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018. Good afternoon. We're back. My name is Donna, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show. Thank you so much for watching Monday through Friday from 1 to 3 p.m. Central as the mayor and I get to ride home with you in the afternoon. It's always a real fun ride. I never finish a show with you without talking about Catherine. We got to say, Catherine, hi there. Thanks for keeping this guy the way. She's definitely the woman behind the man, don't you think?
Absolutely. And she told me, right when I left this morning, she said, be sure and tell Donna I said hello. And that's another big thing going on in town. In 47 days, we'll be celebrating 50 years of marriage.
She deserves a medal. No, they're a great couple. They really are. It's just a match. Congratulations.
Well, thanks.
So how many people said that wouldn't last?
A bunch, including her parents.
You showed them, didn't you? Almost every
that could have
great
been part of my motivation.
My grandparents said that. My grandparents had been married 67 years when my granddad passed away. And I remember my granddad saying, I don't think her mother liked me at first. And I said, you showed them.
Well,
she wound up loving him more than her daughter, I think. But anyway.
Catherine tells that story that when we went to their house to tell them we were going to get married, and I was 24 and she was 21, and so Catherine asked her mother, said, just, are you okay? Do you approve of this? And she said, well, it's odd you'd ask me in front of him, but no, I don't.
So what did you do? Turn every color in the rainbow.
Yeah.
Well,
and then Catherine says, but in 6 months, she liked him better than she liked me.
That's what my son says about my daughter-in-law. He says, if something happened between us, I think you'd check her side.
But, we got married 9 months to the day after we met. But, we were adults.
Well, you guys
figured out pretty quick.
You're a wonderful couple.
We were a match. So we had so many different interests, not very many common interests.
Yeah, but that's what makes it work.
Yeah, evidently.
Well, so Phil and I are we're polar opposites.
Yeah.
I don't like myself that much. I don't want to be married to somebody like me. That's what makes a beautiful marriage.
She was a music major in the a cappella choir, and I was a physical education major and a football manager, and even though I come from a very musically inclined family, the a cappella choir at Samford was, it was on up there, and I learned to love it.
So apparently you didn't get the gene for
No,
singing.
but
You were a challenge to her. I bet she tried.
like I tell people at church when they say, "Why don't you get in the choir?" And I said, "Somebody needs to be the audience," you know. And they had a lot rather I'd be in the audience as well. And but when my well, we came to my house. I mean, it wasn't a holiday. I mean, had a big lunch every Sunday. You know, my mom always cooked a big lunch and had a big table that seated 12, and there's usually standing room only. You know, just people wandering in.
Like it used to be here with my grandmother.
But after they heard her sing, my dad said, "Now don't marry her just to entertain us." Said, "You know, it needs to be more than that." And
and then she's talented, a teacher, and
yeah,
just all these things.
She now, of course, retired from teaching, taught 30 years, and actually 30 and a half because she'd been retired 13 years, and the English teacher at our school here in Geraldine resigned at Christmas, and she came back and taught a semester a year ago, and got to teach our youngest grandson, and had a great time. But she's done now. But I mean, really did have a good time and enjoyed it. Wish she hadn't thrown her tests and notes away and all that because it was the same subject she had taught for 30 years. But she figured it out. And one of our daughters teaches ninth grade English at Huntsville High School, and she helped her out a little bit and got her back in the swing of things.
But this was a good bunch of students here, much better than what you see in a lot of schools.
Yeah. And we do have a great school, great teachers, and a great principal. And I mean, it's, you know, I nearly always say this: if I didn't live here, I'd want to move here. But I've, you know, been around here a good bit of my life, and people say, "Why do you want to be the mayor?" And, well, my grandkids, the fifth generation of my family, to go to school here, so our community means a lot to me, and just like being able to see things get done and provide more opportunities for people, and it's just a great place. We've got great sewer, we've got great utilities.
The internet is fabulous.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, Christy, lived in Atlanta. And so when COVID hit, a lot of folks were forced to work from home. Well, their husband did a great job working from home, had a higher management type position. And so they decided they wanted to move to Mentone and bought 100 and something acres. And I don't know that their internet is as good as this one is because I can actually host a show from a studio sitting right here on the farm.
Yeah. And, you know, other than just one little spot around Opelika, Alabama, close to Auburn, we were the first place in Alabama to have gigabit speed internet in 2015, nearly 10 years ago. And Boy Farmers does a great job of that. And of course, they're expanding into some other counties now, and slowly, just, you know, they're methodically doing it, you know, to make sure it gets done right. And they've
steady move, which is important in a business.
Got some real nice grants, and but our utilities are almost all co-ops. Farmers, we're talking about, started as Farmers Telephone, now Farmers Telecommunications Cooperative, and our electricity and some other things are co-ops that, you know, have board members from each community around, and they keep the rates low, and keep the lights on and water flowing and all that. They do a real good job. A couple of weeks ago, I decided I was going to make my garden a little bigger, so I got out there with a tractor.
Concrete block, maybe.
Nah.
You don't let Catherine know about my garden? Okay, I'm sending you some pictures, Catherine.
Right, tractor and with a tiller on it, and I dug up my internet cable and broke it. And you know, I know one of the guys at Farmers that's, you know, one of the supervisors, and I called him. I said, "Hey, I didn't think that cable went out that far." And he said, "You've got 100 yards going the other way, won't you?" But anyway, by 9 o'clock the next morning, it was back working. I mean,
I'm glad when they do updates, and every internet company does that. We used to own an internet company, and you have to do updates. But I'm glad to know they don't do it like during prime time when I've got a show I've
Yeah,
got to record, and they actually do it, like wee hours of the
yeah,
morning, and then
and
it's real
weekends.
short.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
thank you for that.
yeah. But it is a great place, and you can get in touch with us at townofgeraldineal.com, or my email's mayor@townofgeraldineal.com. 256-659-2122 is a good phone number, and uh, we're always looking for new businesses. But you know, obviously, back years ago when trying to get more restaurants, that was the first question: do you have sewer?
Hmm.
And you know, we're working on it. Was not a good enough answer,
Yeah.
but we're starting to see the results of that. And now the question is, do you have good internet?
Hmm.
And
That's the question.
we've got that.
I know people who are actually moved into this area, but they work maybe for another company and they work online.
Yeah,
And so that's extremely important.
yeah. I mean,
You live out the country.
yeah. People, a lady that moved here from Savannah, Georgia, had called the town hall and just asked, how's your internet? Said my daughter and her husband, work from home, uh,
Hmm.
and so I told them they bought a house up here. And reminds me of a guy said that he his wife had told somebody that she was getting harassed a lot at work, and he said, "Well, she shouldn't have chose to work from home."
Everything else.
So,
I know my husband harasses me a
yeah,
lot from working from home too.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's great people. I mean, we've got a good uh, pool of workforce. I mean, the people still work. I mean, we still got a lot of parents that raise their kids to behave and act right, and I mean, you can get a job. Uh, around we've got state parks. We've got 4 or 5
Hmm.
state parks.
Hmm.
Nearly throw a rock to.
Hmm.
I mean, within 20, 30 miles.
Beautiful
Yeah,
areas.
mountains and lakes and rivers and
Waterfalls.
waterfalls, and I mean, it's just a beautiful place right here in the corner of northeast
And
Alabama
love
on
to
Sand Mountain,
people
right
love to hike.
at the end of
There's
Appalachian.
plenty of
Yeah,
places.
yeah, plenty of places to hike. Uh, we've got a great park with ball fields and beach volleyball and pickleball and tennis and
Hmm.
basketball and walking track, and
And we grow the best tomatoes here too.
absolutely. I
If
mean,
you live up north and you come down here and eat one of our tomato sandwiches, you'll never buy one from your grocery store ever again.
you know,
Farmers
that's
market.
one thing I can't take credit for is how good the tomatoes are, but we do have a farmers market. I mean, if you just pass through, starting on Saturdays pretty soon, you can get some good tomatoes. But
And all kinds of handmade
yeah,
things,
yeah,
soaps
absolutely.
and candles and all kinds of
Fried
stuff.
pies,
You're making me hungry. Stop it.
I, I know we're about out of time. I'll try to let you say something next time. I know I'll
No,
give
you're
you
doing
both.
fabulous.
I'll give
I'm
you
not the
both
mayor.
chance.
You are.
Well,
You are. But we're going to have to call it a day. We
it's a
didn't get
great
enough
place,
time.
and check in with us and see what's going on.
Absolutely. And that telephone number to get in contact with you is?
256-659-2122.
Absolutely. Thank you for being on the show with me today.
Thanks. Enjoyed it as always.
And thank you for watching. Hope you have a
Yes.
wonderful rest of the day. You take care.